If I look like a crackhead, it's cause I'm a damn crackhead. Actually, no, it's cause today I endured tanacon. So, today has just been adrenaline filled and super fun and chaotic and just rambunctious for me. So I'm gonna let y'all see like the vlog clips and everything because I vlogged this whole experience. If you're wondering what's happening, I went to tanacon. Yes, I got tickets. Me and my friend Orion went, and yeah, we decided to vlog it because we were like, we want to be a part of history. History isn't always good, but you know, history is history. But before you get to watch clips and like watch me rant and talk about it and what I think about it, I just want to say I don't want beef. The last person I had beef with was my mama and she did. So we're not doing beef. I am now vegan. And there are a lot of people on this lineup who I love watching or I know and love. And a lot of people I don't even know. Like, I don't know personally, but I love their content and I know them from what I see on the internet. So I just want everybody to know, like, I'm not out here trying to like drag you to filth. Like, that's not my intentions. I just want to talk about it because I think it needs to be talked about. And from the second the whole VidCon drama started, I wanted to speak on it, but I thought, you know what, let me keep my gosh dang mouth closed and see how it goes. And now that it's gone this way, I think I have the right as a consumer who attended tanacon to talk about it. So I'm going to talk about it. Roll the clips.
Oh my god, we're literally 16 minutes away. I'm not ready.
I'm so nervous.
I literally like am though. I'm like uncomfortable with like the feelings I'm having. I'm having the exact same feelings you have like before a school field trip and you're like, I'm nervous.
That feeling you get when you don't know if your mom's gonna sign your fucking permission slip.
tanacon.
Is this the hotel?
That's the Hilton.
Which one is Tana?
Ah! Lazakoshi.
I'm fucking stupid.
Oh my god.
Really
tanacon.
so fucking confused.
tanacon. Tanacon. Wait. Where's tanacon? Help.
Can I go that way?
Where?
I'm
Yes,
scared.
go. Please don't hit us, young sir.
I'm literally shaking in my fucking boots.
My fucking wig just fell off.
I'm like, hi, I'm here for tanacon.
Are you here for tanacon?
Hi, where's tanacon? It's gonna be at the Marriott Suites. It's about 2 blocks down the road from here.
Oh.
Yeah, so to get there, just exit out this way. So make you a U-turn, go straight down, and then it'll be right here on Harbor. That's the main street. Turn right once you exit. And
my God.
For about 2 blocks or so, and it'll be on the intersection of Harbor and Chapman. It's right in front of Target.
Oh, okay, thank you. Queen of directions. I know your dumbass ain't gonna remember that.
I'm like, yeah.
She's like,
yeah.
Intersection. Bitch, I lost her.
I know how to get to my house.
I like lost her at take a left. I was like,
the way she was saying it was making it seem like it's so simple. She was like, you're gonna.
I'm like, bitch, I'm wearing a wig. You think I'm really smart? Like, I'm a dummy.
My brain is being constricted right now.
My brain is tight as fuck right now.
So it's at the suites, the Marriott Suites.
Girl, you better put that in.
Here's my tanacon fit.
Oh my god, she's so skinny. Alright, we purposely layered up so we could get heat stroke. So, tanacon. I'm suing you.
Literally, bitch, am I supposed to stand in this line? I want to like interview people.
Wait, that's a taco truck line.
Oh, I'm fine.
Wait, that's the line. I'm gonna be performing It's Gonna Be One Less Lonely Girl.
Justin!
One less lonely girl.
Let us in!
That's what happens when they get free water. They're like, we've been parched all day.
It's okay, so what I'm getting right now, I might just have to do like a voiceover because it's so loud around here. It's just lines. Like, there's literally no way we would ever get in to be able to see like what it's like inside.
Unless we fuck a security guard.
Call the police. I'll have sex with them. So what I'm getting right now is we're never getting in because there's no way to fucking get in.
There is.
What?
We sneak in through the roof. How? We have to get into the hotel, not through this entrance, through another entrance. We go through the staircase, find a fucking way to do it. It could be done.
True.
Let's do it.
Again, I want to clarify, we didn't sneak in, because what I'm seeing right now is Tana is going off the statement that the reason it was overpacked is because people snuck in. Everybody I saw in there did have their badge. I'm not saying that she's wrong. I'm just speaking on what I saw. Again, I just want to say I'm not going to speak on what I don't know. I'm saying what I saw as a consumer, what I experienced. A lot of people, and not even a lot of people, everybody in there had badges. Literally everybody in that building had badges. So I don't think it was the problem of sneaking in, especially when you also say that there were like 3 pat downs people had to go through. I don't think there's much sneaking in. The way we got in is we got badges from someone else and then got in the event. Again, I will post right here that I did have tickets though, just to clarify. Like, I did have tickets. I didn't sneak in for free. Tickets were bought and I ended up getting in because unlike the people who were waiting, I was about to wait 5 hours to go into a motherfucking hotel. So there were a lot of fans and attendees who actually got in but left almost immediately because of how unorganized and unplanned it was on the inside. So I also want to say thank you. A lot of people helped me and Orion like maneuver around and get around. I got interviews from them about TanaCon, but I've decided not to play them in the video because I think that would, I'm trying to go for like a polarized theme here, but also give my opinion, and I don't want to like misconstrue what anybody else says. I don't want anybody else to like change their mind and be like, you know what, I was being too harsh in the moment, in the heat of the moment, things like that. We got in and it reminded me a lot of the Jake Paul videos I was seeing. Tana was on stage for 10 minutes. I didn't really record it because, again, she was on stage with somebody who I know and I love and I care for. And I'm not trying to paint bad pictures on anyone. Honestly, not even Tana, but I think there is a lot to be said about the way Tana handled this. And I'll go on about that later in the video. But for right now, I'm just saying, it reminded me of Jake Paul. It was a lot of music, like copyrighted music playing. It was a very weirdly crowded but uncrowded ballroom.
Got him calling non-stop 'cause he don't want to miss this. I said don't panic, keep the faith, nigga, bitch. If you know your pussy for the bitch.
There was merch. But there was only TanaCon merch, which I'm sure she's getting all the profits of, which I think is wrong because if you're gonna have so many creators, their merch should be there too. But again, that's not my decision. That's all their decisions. But that's just my motherfucking opinion. And like the other consumers who bought tickets, it got very boring very fast because unlike VidCon, there wasn't anywhere else to go but that ballroom from what I saw. It was kind of just that ballroom and then the hallways that were filled with fans, and yeah, that was about it. And that wasn't the messiest part. At that moment, I had realized, damn, this is unorganized. I talked to people who I knew who were working the event, and I did know people who were working the event because at one point I was friends of the owners or people who were on Good Times. These are all people I know of or I know. And I was talking to some of the people who were working the event and they did agree it was unorganized. They were super exhausted. They'd been there since 6 a.m. I'm not sure if they were being paid. I'm going to assume they weren't because, again, from being on a social media tour, a lot of the people who work these tours don't get paid. So to me, that's a problem. I know at this point I'm just ranting, but I'm like, you know, why am I gonna hold back my opinion? I'm already making the video. I already spent my 70 times $2 on the event for me and a friend to go, and I just want to speak about it. So yeah, at this point, it wasn't so much of a mess, but it was very unorganized. Nothing was happening. It got boring, so I left. The second I left, though, we got to the back, and The line was still long, but after the line being long for like 15 minutes, we were about to leave, and we turned around and realized everybody in the lines had kind of dispersed. Like, it just, like, somebody dropped water in a pile of ants, and everybody went everywhere. And I went up to people and...
Can y'all give me the tea? Okay, what's happening?
I don't know. They canceled it because there's way too many people.
Okay, so how long were y'all waiting in line?
5 hours.
No, so there's more than 20,000 people here right now. There's already been cat fights inside. Fans are fighting with the security people. Everybody's just way too many fucking people out here.
Take people around so these people
It's
can
just,
get in.
yeah.
Next to the
exiting.
docket, I don't know, but the tea is, bitch. They be on the vibes. Like,
It's a motherfucking, the tea is, it's a motherfucking.
Yeah, all fucking hell broke loose. So it turned into a mess really quick. If you thought it was messy before, the messiness it was before was like the equivalent to the messiness I always have my room at. It's like, it's messy, but you know, it'll do. But then it turned into like a Hoarders episode of TLC that it's like, you need help. This isn't good, messy. So yeah, that was that. Now... Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Now, again, I don't know Tana personally. From what I've heard, she has a big heart. But I think you can have a big heart and do things the wrong way, and you need to be put up for it. Because I have a big heart, but I can also be a fucking idiot. So, let's go back to why this started. Tana wasn't a feature creator, and she claims she was treated very wrongly by VidCon. A lot of people can agree, but as somebody who I've attended 2 VidCons and I think 2 playlists, I can say all these conventions are kind of the same. And the basis of them is you're not getting paid. It's more of like you're getting exposure, blah, 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 blah. You're showing up because you want to meet fans, which is amazing. Like, yes, that's cool. That's fun. I've been on tours. I'm going on tour soon. Link in bio. Hey guys, not yet because it's not planned yet. Because it takes a long time to plan these things. So yeah, the gist of it is to meet fans. And of course, you don't always meet everybody. Of course, things don't always go perfect. Can I say VidCon has its faults? Yes, because like Playlist, they're both kind of dumb. Just because it's expensive, it's huge, it's so much to take care of, but at the end of the day, VidCon is organized. You will most of the time meet the people you're looking to meet because you're paying for these things and you're getting put in a room solidly with them. This is speaking from what I've seen and what I've experienced. Obviously, not everybody's going to experience the same thing, but when I have had meetups at these kind of events, I have met everybody who paid for a meet and greet pass with myself and whoever I was with. It's always you're standing there until the room is cleared. That's how those meet and greets go. Again, maybe this didn't happen with Tana. Maybe she did have a bad experience. But I think basically what I'm trying to say is you rushing an event out of revenge is so wrong. To your fans, to your audience, and to anybody else around who will see you doing that and do the same thing and make the same mistake. I think it is something that she knew would go wrong, or she had a feeling would go wrong, but because she was reckless and because she wanted to make the point to VidCon, which I will post their letters to VidCon, Good Times, and I'm guessing Tana's letters to VidCon, it was like, fuck you, fuck the CEO, fuck this, fuck that. You're 19 years old. Take it to motherfucking court if you're that mad. Now, again, I am speaking on fair grounds. If somebody's going to sit and talk shit about Jake Paul, I think we should all have the right to talk shit about TanaCon. It's just a thing, like, when you pay for something, you expect something. But again, even the Jake Paul concerts make more sense because they still got the event they were there for. Even all the videos I saw of it being late, of it being boring, of it being like a shitty show, they got what they paid for. They showed up, they saw the show, everything. They got in the venue. There are so many people who stood around and didn't get in the venue. There also comes the argument that can that helicopter shut the fuck up? Now, from what she's tweeted and what I've gathered, the capacity of the events was 5,000. Now, again, I'm not going to speak on what I don't know, but she claims the reason why things went wrong is because people were standing around in line acting like they had tickets. I think you have to take responsibility for that too, because you promoted it as a free event. From what I saw as a consumer is most of the tickets, and what you continue to say is most of the tickets were free. So you can't stand around and like boost yourself up on this high morale that you're having a free convention and then be surprised when people show up expecting for it to be free. It just doesn't make sense. Even if you're selling tickets which you claim to be VIP, but were actually just general admission tickets, I genuinely can't fathom it. Now, and I think what angers me is from a consumer standpoint or from a fan standpoint, I can genuinely understand why the people who bought VIP tickets were confused as to why they weren't treated like VIP. But as somebody from the outside, like an observer, somebody who works this industry, to me it makes sense. It's like, listen, VIP isn't VIP. It's just a regular ticket, but she labeled it as VIP because you're doing the extra step of giving money. All the tickets did the same thing. Even if you look on the website, I never found anything that was too different in the tickets. She promised a goodie bag for VIP, but as you can see here, I'm pretty sure you got like, what? A sticky thing for your phone and a cheap condom with her name on it. Yay to safe sex, but like, I hope nobody uses that condom. It's gonna fucking break. So VIP got that, but as a VIP consumer, I can say I never even got to use my ticket because if I waited in that line, I just would have never gotten in. And then as of right now, there's claims that there will be a new spot for the convention to be held at tomorrow. And I'm not gonna go because God forbid I drive another hour to fucking Anaheim. Does that undo what happened today? And is that a good excuse to be like, hey, you know what? It'll be free tomorrow. So again, you're saying it's going to be free tomorrow, but then tomorrow when the capacity is over the limit, you're going to be like, oh, the capacity was overset. I also can't really fathom, like, I cannot believe the capacity thing. I cannot believe it. So we're expected to believe, I'm pretty sure the free tickets were up for like maybe 2 hours and sold out because in my head, I do not for a second believe there were that many free tickets because things like this need money. They need money behind them. And with the sponsors and everything, you have money, but I know there is a greed to this industry because I am a part of it. I'm not greedy. I'm not saying I'm greedy, bitch, I'm humble. But I know there is a greed mentality. I was on a tour for months, almost a year, and I never got paid. Trust me, I know there's greed in this, and I know at least Good Times or Tana got a good chunk of that money, which I hope they refund. I don't think a free convention I don't think anything free is gonna undo what happened. Refunds need to be made. You have a lot of kids out here who begged their damn parents to bring them to this, and now they look like idiots to their parents, and their parents are probably never going to bring them to another convention again. There's just such a wide range of things that happen, and again, I'm not blaming anybody who was on the lineup, because from what I've heard and from what I've looked up and from what I know, they had nothing to do with the planning, because obviously when you're invited to a convention, you're not doing the planning. You're just invited, and you're saying yes or no because you want to be a part of something great. And I think, yes, it could have been something great. It could have been the flog-gnaw of video conventions, but it wasn't because it was all out of revenge. I don't think it was a charitable act. From the beginning, when I saw that VidCon video, I had bad feelings about it. I knew it was just somebody who was seeking revenge. From the way she went about it the whole time, it was just somebody who felt like they had been done wrong. So in return, they were gonna get what they wanted. And what they wanted was a bunch of people to stand up and be like, fuck you to whoever they had a grudge against. Tana had a grudge against VidCon, and she used her audience to say fuck you to VidCon. And at the end of the day, VidCon was unhurt. They weren't hurt. And I think I just have to keep referring to this whole thing as a revenge plot, because even in her live stream, when she was explaining what happened, she kept bringing up numbers. It really reminded me of when Jake Paul or Logan Paul, whichever one of them it was, went into the forest and recorded somebody's dead body, and as a return kept bringing up numbers.
I've never seen 15,000 people in my entire life. You know, they originally told me VidCon was expecting 30,000 people, and then they obviously, like, they didn't sell out or whatever, so it only ended up being around 20,000 people. And then to find out that 15,000 of those 20,000 people, or I don't know, people in Anaheim, whatever, came to the outside of my event.
It's such a weird egotistical thing going on with these people that it's like, yes, VidCon expected 30,000 people, and that many people didn't show up, but 20,000 people showed up at my door. It's like, what's the point? You disappointed 20,000 people. What about that brings you pride? I think I'm just more offended at the fact that so many people were done wrong. And I know this is going to get me on bad terms with a lot of people, but at this point, I don't give a shit, because if you can watch this video and at the end of the day, look at me and be mad at me, fuck off. I'm just really tired of the YouTube community not holding anybody up to what they need to be accountable for until they do something like record a fucking dead body, because I don't think that's what it takes for you to be morally wrong. It's really fucked up that I'm scared about the repercussion I'm going to get on this, when at the end of the day, I didn't do anything wrong but go and all I did was put myself in the shoes of the people who were going. And I feel just as angry as a lot of those people did, because I'm going to be honest, a part of me had a really big idea in my head that it was going to work out, because when there's enough money and push for something, you expect it to work out.
My camera died, so no more mic. I just think somebody who's a part of at least that stratosphere of the community had to say something, because it was fun for me. The whole thing was fun and funny for me because it was chaotic and my adrenaline was pumping. But at the end of the day, as a consumer, as I step back and even as a creator, I feel